Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. This is NFL Week 16 picks. 3 weeks away till the end of the regular season. And plus, the playoffs are getting closer. Last week, I went 10 and 6, so really I would say not a great week, but 10 wins. It's recent. Overall record 139-85 record. So those losses are going to come right behind me. I don't want to go to 100 losses. So I got to get better on this. We got some good ones. Let's start on the Thursday night game between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. LA is a 3.5 favorites. Now, both teams must win games. Here's why. Denver coming off an impressive win against the Colts. If they win this game, they're they have to win this game to clinch a playoff spot. They're going to take on the Chargers, who they need a lot of help if they're going to be in the playoffs. Of course, coming off a 40-burger loss to the Buccaneers. This is in LA. I'm going with the Broncos. Of course, this is the best defense we have ever seen. We have not seen this kind of defense for the Denver Broncos. I like Denver to cover the 3-point favorites. I got Denver winning it by 3. On to Saturday, Houston taking on the Kansas City Chiefs at 1 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Kansas City is a 3-point favorite. This is one of the two Saturday games. Houston, congratulations for winning the AFC South Division. Congrats. Now they go to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs, who are banged up with injuries. Well, one big story is Patrick Mahomes, who said he will be playing this game. Hollywood Brown, we'll see if he'll be playing this week or next week. And if they get him this week, that is a big problem for Houston's defensive players. This is going to be a closer game. I do see a scenario where if Mahomes goes down again, they're going to have to put Carson Wentz in. Because I cannot see Mahomes risking his life from a high ankle injury to play in these last 3 games to try to clinch the number 1 seed in the AFC. I got Kansas City still winning this game, and I think Kansas City wins it. I got the Chiefs winning it by 6 in this one. Pittsburgh taking on Baltimore, 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite. Two AFC North rivals go head-to-head. The winner has a better shot in winning the division. Well, for the Steelers, they just need to win this game and they win the division. That's the best scenario for them. And for Baltimore, they must clinch this playoff spot with a win. Of course, Baltimore coming off a domination against the Giants. The Steelers, on the other hand, rocky game against the Eagles. Tough one. This is going to be played in Baltimore. This is a big NFC North battle because for this game, the winner of this game should have a clear path for the last 2 weeks to win a division. That's if Baltimore wins it. But if Pittsburgh wins it, Pittsburgh will win the division. I like Baltimore in this game. We've seen these good close games. Pittsburgh has won 8 of the last 9 meetings against Baltimore. But I think the Ravens win it. Give me Baltimore by 4. On to Sunday, the New York Giants taking on the Atlanta Falcons, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Atlanta is an 8.5-point favorite. The Giants, in that second overall pick, they just need to lose. And if the Raiders win this week, well, the Giants are in the position to draft Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. They're going to take on the Falcons, who they got the win. But then, while we were all asleep, Michael Penix Jr. will be the starter. This is huge because now everybody talks about, is this a right move for the Falcons? I don't know. And this is a great opportunity for Michael Penix Jr. to make his NFL debut against a Giants defense that, yeah, they got some injuries, but not playing good defense. I got the Falcons winning it. If Michael Penix can play good football, I think Atlanta will cover the 8.5. But I am going to take the Falcons to win it by 8 in this one. All right, Detroit taking on the Chicago Bears at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Detroit is a 6.5 point favorites, and the reason why is they lose their star defensive tackle, star corner, and David Montgomery, who's out for the season. So they're piling with injuries and coming off a disappointing loss to the Bills. They're going to take on the Bears, who, yeah, hey, Chicago. Do you remember that last year's Panthers when they draft Bryce Young and they brought a bunch of weapons for him and their season was awful and they got the first pick? Well, you guys are in the same thing, pal. So who won the trade between you and us? Yep. But the Bears having a tough year, the rough year for them, for Caleb Williams, and for that offense. Now, this is, of course, that rematch for that Thanksgiving game, the game that really had all questions of why did the Bears didn't call timeout, and, of course, that led to Matt Eberflus getting fired as the head coach. I'm going to go Detroit. I think playing at Soldier Field, we could expect some win conditions in this game, but I think Detroit wins it. They win it by 6 in this one. All right, Arizona taking on the Carolina Panthers, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Arizona's a 4.5 point favorites. The Cardinals, they're trying to get that playoff spot and trying to keep up in the NFC West Division title. Taking on the Panthers, who, yikes, got their butts kicked by the Cowboys, man. But these two teams know each other. 3 playoff appearances. The last playoff appearance, it was that 2015 NFC Championship game where my Panthers beat the Arizona Cardinals. I was in that game, won the NFC Championship game, and we went to the Super Bowl. And you know the rest of the story. I said Carolina wins it. I think they cover the 4.5. Panthers win it by 4. Rams taking on the New York Jets at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. LA is a 3 point favorite, and a good reason because they're going to travel across the country at East Ruckner to take on the Jets, who the Jets are coming off in a great win against the Jaguars. And Devontae Adams and Rodgers getting to know each other, get to finally play together. But then here comes the Rams, who are coming off no touchdown game, but field goal settle. This is close. I got the Rams in this one. The Rams will play good defense against Aaron Rodgers. I like the Rams winning it by 3. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Washington Commanders at 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Philadelphia is a 3.5 point favorites. This is a huge game for both NFC East teams. Washington coming off a so close win against the Saints, who, yeah, they almost let them convert a 2 point conversion, but they still managed to win that game. They're going to take on the 10-game winning streak Eagles, who are coming off an impressive win against Pittsburgh. This one needs a lot. Philadelphia, if they win the NFC East. So give me the Eagles. They win it by 4 in this game. Cleveland take on Cincinnati at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Cincinnati is a 7.5 point favorites, and here comes DTR, starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this week for Week 16. They're going to head to their old state rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals, they're still alive in the playoffs, but they're going to need a lot of help if they're going to be in the playoffs. Ooh, but I got the Bengals, boys. Boy, the Bengals are going to try to find a way to keep rolling. Give me the Bengals by 10 in this game. Tennessee taking on the Colts at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Indy is a 3.5 point favorite. Of course, you heard the story. Will Levis getting benched. Mason Rudolph is starting for this game. And their season's not going what everybody expected to. They're going to take on the Colts, who, yeah, Jonathan Taylor, what were you doing? Why did you drop the football in the end zone and then lost the game? Tough one. And I got the Colts rebounding this game, but they got to keep up with that playoff spot. Give me the Colts winning it, and I say the Colts win it by 2 in this game. Minnesota taking on the Seattle Seahawks, 4:05 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Minnesota's a 3-point favorites. This is now where we're going to see a rocky start for Minnesota. They travel to the Pacific North to take on the Seahawks, who are coming off a disappointing loss against the Packers. Minnesota needs this win to keep up with the Lions, but remember, they have to play their last two games against NFC North opponents. And who are they? The Packers and the Lions. So, give me Minnesota winning it. Whoever's starting for the Seahawks is going to be, I got the Vikings winning this game. Give me the Vikings by 4. New England taking on Buffalo at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Buffalo is a 14-point favorite in this game. I'm sorry, New England. I can't speak a lot of much of you guys, but good luck. Either drafting an offensive line or Travis Hunter is your option. They're going to take on the Bills, who they're coming off in a big win in Detroit to taking down the Lions. Give me the Bills. Bills win it by 10. I think the Patriots will keep it close, but I think the Bills win it by 10. Jaguars taking on the Raiders at 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Las Vegas is a 1-point favorite. Now, earlier I checked this out. ESPN is having the Raiders a half-point favorite. That is rare. But this is the loser will assume to clinch the number 1 overall pick. So that would be the Raiders. They are coming off a so close win against the Falcons. Jacksonville, there's nothing much to say about your season, but this is going to be a real tight game. I'm going with Jacksonville. I think the Raiders are making a focus on Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward as their new quarterback in the upcoming draft. So with that being said, Jaguars win. San Francisco taking on Miami, taking on 4:25 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Miami's a 1.5-point favorite. This is a good game. This is in South Beach in Miami. San Francisco's coming off a terrible loss to the Rams. They got to fly into Miami to take on the Dolphins, who are coming off a heartbreaking loss against Houston. I want to go with San Francisco, but I got to go with Miami. They're trying to keep that playoff spot alive. Give me the Dolphins winning it by 3. Buccaneers taking on the Dallas Cowboys at 8:20 p.m. Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Tampa is a 4-point favorite. Yes, because the Cowboys are coming off a big win against the Panthers. Will that be enough to take on the Buccaneers defense, who are coming off a dominant performance, and Baker Mayfield showing that he's the guy in Tampa? I'm going with the Buccaneers. I want to pick the Cowboys, but if the Cowboys are going to beat the Buccaneers, they have to pressure Baker Mayfield, and somebody has to double Mike Evans. Yeah. Bucks win it by 3. The Saints take on the Green Bay Packers at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. Green Bay is a 14-point favorite, which is tied the highest spread of the week, which means Buffalo and Green Bay 14-point favorites. But Green Bay, they're rolling. They're 1 game away to clinch that playoff spot, and they are going to need a lot of help if they want to clinch that playoff spot. They're going to take on the Saints, who they're banged up, and we're expecting Spencer Rattler to start in this game. Whoever it's going to be, give me the Packers. This is played at Lambeau Field. I do expect go Pack Go chance at this Packers team. Give me the Packers winning it by 21 over the Saints. That is it for today, folks. And if you have not checked my NFL Week 15 updates, go ahead and check that out on my channel. Again, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.